Hey guys, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. In today's video, we have the third and final character revealed for 1.5, and it is Hanya, probably said the name wrong as always, but hey, it is what it is. So we finally get another Harmony, Physical Harmony 4-star. Now, this one is exciting to me because I love the Harmony Nihility 4-stars because I feel like we get more use out of them. We'll talk about it in a sec. First of all, let's jump over and take a look at the bio. I do like this character's backstory. It's pretty nice. I feel like this is going to be a cool character, and I'm really hoping we get this character more in the story. I know she's only a 4-star, but I really like this character model and just everything about her, so we'll have to wait and see. Using dreams to analyze the sins of the Mara struck is like touching a vine with thorns. It doesn't hurt as much when your fingers become numb. One of the judges of the Ten Lords Commission of the 4 duties of a judge: detention, imprisonment, punishment, and interrogation. Hanya is charged with the last task. So she's an interrogator. Which means this is pretty cool. I like this one. She specializes in reading the karma and sins of criminals and records their crimes and punishments with the Oracle brush. As she spends her days using dreams to predict karmic offenses and has to endure the torrential flood of information regarding the Marastruck's actions, she has long become dull to all things in the world. Only when she operates with her sister and fellow judge Anyway, her sister and fellow judge will Hanya momentarily reveal her true nature. English voice is Susie. Dude, I suck at names. Anyway, thanks, Susie. Let's jump into this. So I really like this, and this is why this bit about only when she operates with her sister that I really like is I'm hoping we get some really cool story about her and her sister, and I'm hoping we get introduced to her as this just blank-faced, just ruined by her job, just going through basically just going through despair all day, into what she was actually like before that. I hope they give us that sort of train of story. We'll have to wait and see, but I think she's got a really cool design. I just like the whole vibe of this character. We got the ghostly type vibe again with this character. I'm really looking forward to see how they introduce all these new ones into the game. It's something that I just like, this vibe. I don't know why. Let me know if I'm crazy, but I just like it. So let's talk about her on a practical sense. Obviously, we don't know any skills. We don't know anything like that. But like I said, physical and harmony. Now, Harmony, I don't really care what element they are, unless it's something like Yukong where they specialize in having a lot of break. I mean, something like Pella is not too bad because she has a decent amount of break as well. But I really like seeing the Harmony on the 4-stars. When we get Destruction, Hunt, Erudition, you're going to be limited in your usage because they're kind of just going to be outclassed by most other damage dealers. And that's sort of what we've seen across the board, is that the 4-stars, once you start pulling some 5-star damage dealers, they just sort of run out. Whereas things like Ting Yun, things like Pella, those 4-star supports, Asta as well, still get heavily used. Even though I know Pella is a Nihility, she is a Nihility support character. So I love seeing this because we had Luca. I've seen some really cool things with Luca, don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't feel the need to build a Luca because you've just got other damage dealers, where with the Harmony characters and stuff like that, you feel well, different situations, these could buff my different 5-star carries that I've been pulling a bit better in different situations. Kind of sometimes you want to bring Pella for the shred and have the tech option of the strip. Ting Yun's just good across the board with most things, but some things she's not. And then you got Asta with that really good fire synergy, the speed buff. You run her with the Kafka to get that really fast Kafka popping off the dots. You've got options with these guys. And so that's what gets me excited about having another 4-star Harmony character, is that I feel like it's going to be a character that I will want to build. Now, there could be an exception to this if it's just a worse version of one of the 4-stars that we have at the moment, but I don't really see that being the case. And like I said, DPS, we get those destruction characters. Who was the previous one we had? So we had Luca and we had... Dude, Oh, well, we just had Lynx. Lynx was a good one as well because that's a great healing option for people that need a healer. But definitely those damaging options. You look at something like Dan Hung, which, you know, it was pretty good at the start of the game. People had a use for him. But once you've played the game for a little bit, you've pulled a couple 5-stars. Dude doesn't really get used unless you have no other wind options and you really need it. But obviously, eventually you get your account to the stage where you've got gear that you can just brute force stages if you don't have the perfect element coverage, and away you go. So, like, you look at Serval. I loved Serval at the start of the game, but now she just feels like we've had too much power creep in the DPS sector. Whereas the supportive type characters have definitely held their ground against the pack, and they're surviving pretty well. So as for the element physical, I mean, we're getting some pretty decent physical support. We've got the other dude whose name has left me, the dude that looks like my Blood Elf Paladin from yesterday. I mean, depending on what we get in physical synergies, we could have a pretty solid team. I mean, you do have a healer for physical already in Natasha, which I definitely wouldn't recommend building Natasha now that we got Lynx as well. But if you already had a Natasha built, you're looking at a pretty solid physical core, and that's what we're sort of getting to that point. We spoke about Silverwolf when she came out, how she just enables everything, but now we are unlocking access to more of those core team members for like mono element teams that are going to take us into that direction where we can do that type of thing. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to just splashably do it with everyone because it takes a ton of resources, especially as free-to-play, to go ahead and build all these characters up, but it is bringing those options out to us, and eventually the roster will fill up nicely. But yeah, obviously Silverwolf's still OP, and really glad I pulled for her, but you know, it is what it is. As for what this character is going to do, I have no idea. I'm trying to get an idea based off the lore and what she does, but like, it's kind of hard. I feel like with all Harmony, I feel like with damage dealers, you can kind of get an idea based off the character a little bit, but with her being a Harmony, it's really tough to pick exactly how they're going to function and what they're going to do. All I know is she does have a pretty wicked design. Maybe it'll be something like unlocking it'll be like abilities where she like unlocks the hidden potential through the karmic. I got no idea, guys. I got no idea. All I know is I really hope more than anything that she is going to be a really good buffer for QQ, because, you know, I'm a QQ pathetic, but also because I do have my Clara built, and Clara's like my second favorite DPS on my account along with Blade. She is physical. We do have that synergy with the Clara, so I'm hoping we can maybe get some Clara synergies and tie that in and get something to happen with that. I mean, Clara's pretty universal at this stage. She's just a pretty good damage dealer. She's not like out in front of the pack in anything, but she just does reasonably well at everything. Plus, she can pseudo tank and take aggro from the rest of your team, which I really love. And if we can get some more elemental coverage on the physical side to pair with her and hopefully have some benefits in that, then I will be perfectly happy with that, and I will take that all the way to the bank and use it as much as I can. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let me know, what do you think about this character design? Obviously, I'm in 4-star, so you don't really have to choose if you're going to pull for her. I mean, you do have to choose if you're going to pull on the banner to try and get her, but more accessible to most people. Like I said, I'm a fan of Harmony, Nihility. I'd love to see more preservation, see if they have any viability, but not so much preservation. But also, obviously, when we had Lynx as well, that's a great option for a 4-star. But going forward into the future, I feel like Harmony and Nihility are the ones I'm going to get most excited about in terms of 4-stars, because in damage dealers, you just feel like they're not going to quite cut it unless they have some sort of tech support range that they can fill. But anyway, that is going to be for this one, guys. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.